nature, not my love. She's just a girl who claims I am the one. Oh, my bad. Hey guys, it's your boy King Donald back with another video. So today I'm going to be doing What If Deku was an Ackerman part 2. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my singing at the beginning because I think I might do a sing career, you know? But anyways, without further ado, let's get started. So last time we left off with Izuku getting one for all, and All Might told Izuku to meet Izuku at this certain beach. Izuku's excited for the day because, you know, he's gonna get All Might's quirk and get training from All Might himself. So Izuku shows up and he's wondering, is this really a beach? Am I at the right place? And he sees that All Might's there. He's oh, and Izuku asks, "Whoa, All Might, what are we doing here?" He's like, "This is where you're gonna train." Izuku's like, "But there's trash everywhere." Exactly. You're gonna remove it. Izuku's like, nice joke, All Might. So when are we gonna get training? It's like, this is gonna be your training. And Izuku's like, alright then. So yeah, they get started and Izuku has to clear out the beach before the 10 months before UA. And Izuku's strength is actually helping him out during all this. And Izuku's physicality is quite up there. So yeah, Izuku starts to train with One For All and he's starting to get a handle of it. But nothing really any better than his canon self. So I'm just gonna say Izuku right now is probably handling about 5% of One For All, not 10. 5% of One For All. And Izuku starts wondering, All Might? He's like, yeah. How fast do you think you are coming at me? And is All Might's like, I think I'm pretty fast with One For All. Izuku's like, that's true, but I've been thinking, what is it? I've been thinking of this thing like some type of gear where I could shoot somewhere and I could just zip there. Do you know what I mean? All Might's like, could you elaborate? So, like, maybe if I was swinging from building to building, I could hook onto that building or onto the next one. It's like swinging in a sense. And All Might's like, that is pretty cool. But how would that be any faster than just running there? It looks like, true, but this gear could also help me in battle because I could maneuver all around the area like easier than most people. And All Might's like, this is pretty interesting, kid. And I think the hero agencies could probably actually sort that out. Now that I think about it, it actually might be a good idea. And Izuku's like, yeah. So Izuku starts to plan out how he wants it to look, and he kind of gets a rough idea of how he wants it. And he was able to gather some scraps from the beach and try and get a little help from different people he knows, even Bakugo. Bakugo saying, fine. He's always seeing Bakugo. He's not stupid. He's pretty smart. So, yeah, well, to an extent. And Izuku was able to roughly make what he wanted. And Izuku's quite happy with it because he finished it right before the UA exam. So, Izuku by this time was able to clear out the beach, and All Might's very proud of Izuku because he was able to do it quicker than he expected, and he's quite proud of him. And now show the world what you got. And also with that gear of yours, Izuku asks, wait, can I take it into the UA exam? He's like, sure, you can bring equipment all the time. Just say it's essentials for your quirk. And Izuku, is that not lying? Nah, no. A lot of people do it all the time. Just it's fine, Izuku. Izuku, alright then. So he does that, and Izuku registered his gear as essential to his quirk. So Yeah. Izuku heads over to Dave, with the stuff in his bag, and he meets Bakugo there, and they're heading out to the place, and this time instead of Izuku falling, it's actually Uraraka, and he saves her and says, "Are you alright? You just need to pay attention when where you're going." Uraraka's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry," and she looks at Izuku, and she is stunned. She's like, "Wow." She doesn't know what she's seeing. She thinks she's seeing an angel because Izuku, I may not mention it earlier, but he's a ladies' man. But Izuku in middle school really didn't really do anything because he was focused on conflicting of should I be a hero or not. And now at this point he's a hero, so maybe he could actually have some fun for a change. And Izuku kind of charms Uraraka saying, "Yeah, maybe next time you try not to fall." Uraraka's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry about that." Izuku's like, "Well, oh, I wish you good luck. See you inside." And Uraraka's like, "Yeah." And Baku's like, "What was that, Izuku?" Izuku's like, "Yeah, yeah, I didn't have fun in middle school, so I might as well have fun in high school." Baku's like, "I didn't know you were on that." This guy. So then they head in and they do the exam, and Izuku, he does pretty good as usual. So now it's time for the combat exercise, and Izuku puts on his gear and saying, "Oh, this works." And Izuku's stretching and tweaking some stuff on his gear, and actually, Ida actually comes and asks Izuku, "Is that allowed in here? Because I wasn't informed that you could bring your own equipment." And Izuku's like, "Mind your own business, man." And the guy's like, "Well, I feel like this is my business because you might be cheating without UA noticing, and that would be detrimental to UA's reputation for accepting cheaters. And I don't want to go to a school where they accept cheaters." And Izuku's like, "Oh my gosh. So, okay, if I had to really explain it, it's essential for my quirk, so help me get around, alright?" And Ida's like, "Huh, what does it do exactly?" And it's, "Dude, can you focus on yourself? You're disturbing me, alright? I'm trying to focus." And Ida's like, "Yes, right, my bad, alright." And it's just like, damn, this guy's pretty, And that's when he sees Uraraka, and it's like, huh, it's that girl again. Hope she does good. Well, anyways, I should be focused on myself. So Izuku gets prepared, and Prison Mike shouts go, and Izuku, he's like, "I hope this works," and he kind of attached the gear, like in the anime how they have the handles to control, and Izuku kind of just puts on his fingers so he can control it, and he just puts out the swords out of his hand, and it turns it, and Zuko gets hooked onto a building, and he's like, "Whoa!" And he's like, "This is way better than I expected." And Zuko was actually getting a quick handle on it, even though it's his first try. First, he was struggling with the balance, but he was able to get it. And once he was able to get that, he was destroying robots easy, Beyblade style. He would turn on one for all to even gain even more speed at just slicing through robots. And once Izuku saw 3 robots, and he kind of smiled, and he attached 2 wires to 2 buildings right there, and he kind of went back and he turned on one for start running, and he turned on the gas, and he kind of slingshot it, and Izuku didn't do a blade, kind of like a torpedo type thing, and it goes right through the 0 point robots, and Izuku's stacking on points, just getting more and more, and eventually Izuku was able to get 83 points, which is impressive. Everyone's looking at Izuku saying, "This kid is just too much." And they're like, "What is that gear he's using?" And like, "Is that regulated?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, it is. He registered it as using his quirk." And they're like, "Alright, I guess that's fine." And All Might's just kind of smiling, a little nervous because they did question it, and All Might's like, "Oh, what if they find out I authorized it? Crap." Anyways, do your best, young Midoriya. And everything. And as I was looking at this kid, it's like, this kid, He's might be something. Well, anyways, so yeah, Izuku goes on and trying to gain more points until the 0 point robot actually comes around, and everyone starts running. And Izuku thinks I should probably get away myself, and he was about to attach the hooks to a building, but then that's when he hears a scream and he remembers. Oh, he recognizes that voice. He's like, what? He looks behind and it's Uraka, and he's like, crap, what do I do? He's like, ah, and he just thinks, what would the hero do? What would All Might do? He's like, he would save her, crap, and he kind of shoots the ultimate guild close to Uraka, and he comes at full speed, and he doesn't really stop. He kind of slices the stone on top of Uraka, and he grabs her at the same time, and he goes again, all in the air, just at fast movements. And Uraka's like, "What the?" And Zuko's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Zuko's like, "Good. All right then. Let's see if I push my limits." And Izuku brings out his blade and he's like, "Come on, that can't be your limit." And he's kind of making it push it out to make the blade even longer. And Izuku's like, okay, that kind of hurt, but it's worth it. And Urok's like, "Wait, what are you gonna do?" He's like, "Well, someone's gonna take care of it." And he heads off, and it's kind of like Izuku. It's kind of like Izuku's Levi, and and the 0 point robots, the Beast Titan. You guys know what I mean. Is that Izuku? He dominates it. Izuku attaches himself to the 0 point robot, and the 0 point robot try to swap Izuku away, but he actually just dodges it and slices it off on the way, and the 0 point robot's arm just cuts off, and everyone's like, "Whoa!" And Izuku heads to the back, and he kind of slices the neck, which would be the nape, and he enters the robot, and he kind of just and he just spins around, and everyone's like, "What the?" And Izuku finally penetrates the metal through, and he's able to kick the head off, and everyone's like, "What the heck is this kid?" And Izuku just climbs out, and he's just kind of sitting there, just that was easy, and everyone's like, what is this mutant? So yeah, Izuku was able to take out the 0 point robot with ease, and he's actually impressed everyone, even the teachers, and even Azawa. They just like, "What the heck is this kid? We didn't think it was that special with blades. What?" Anyways, Izuku heads down and he grabs Uraka and says, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Kind of acting like Izuku when he was nervous around Uraka. And Izuku's like, "Well, anyways, I gotta head out. I'm sure." What's her name again? Wow, why can I not remember her name? What is it? Oh, Recovery Girl. Yeah, Recovery Girl comes, and Izuku just heads out, and everyone just thinks that guy's cool and everything. So Izuku heads home, and he kind of chilling out, just waiting, and he tells Bakugo about what he's done, and Bakugo is like, "Okay, well, you should have told me I'll take it down to 0 point robots, because I would have took it down easy." And it's like, "I'm sure you would have, Bakugo. I'm sure you would have. But, unfortunately for you, I still got more points than you." And Bakugo's like, "This is the only win you got over me." And Zuko's like, "Well, I also did save you from this sludge monster, so I think I'm ahead in points. But I'm not counting." Punk's like, "Whatever." "Did you get your acceptance letter?" And he was like, "No, not yet." It's like, and you? He's like, "Yeah, I got in." He's like, "You got in?" He's like, "Yeah, did you not get yours?" He's like, "No, I haven't." And that's when Inko bursts in saying, "Izuku, the acceptance letter." And Zuko's like, "Well, never mind." So he opens it, and he gets the same message as in the anime, saying that he made it in. No, well, not the same. Well, but he got a message saying that he made it to UA, and he didn't just make it in. He basically aced the exams. He got great scores in the written part and exceptional and got excessive amount of points in the combat, I think 80, I said 85, and plus rescue points, I get 75. You guys do the math. And Izuku claimed first place, and he's surprised and happy that he was able to do this. So Izuku kind of gets happy, and he looks at the ultimate gear and he sees it kind of janked up, and he's like, oh, I didn't. Oh, this is actually broken. And he kind of tries to pull like the wires, and it gets stuck. And it's like, there's no more gas. I really need an upgrade. But at least I'm going to UA. I can request for this and everything. So Izuku, a few days goes past, and he actually goes to UA, and Izuku enters. He's not intimidated or nothing. He's just curious to see what happens. So he enters and he sees Bakugo arguing with Ira, and he's like, Bakugo is, it's that guy again. And that's when Ira comes up to him, and basically the same thing happens in the anime, and Uraka comes, and she's still kind of a nervous Nelly. And this time is kind of different, is that every girl in the class notices Izuku, and they're like, who is that? And everyone's like, he's beautiful. And all the girls are like, wow. And Mineta hears this and is like, what? This guy can't really be that good. And he really has a grudge over Izuku because he was able to win over almost every girl in the class. Well, every girl in the class. So Azawa comes in, and he tells everyone to head outside, and Izuku, he does not resist or nothing. So they head inside and head outside, and Azawa starts to explain what they're doing in the quirk assessment, and he says that people should stop using the quirks, and then Zuko's like, I actually agree, Mr. Azawa, is that the world should develop, and Mr. Azawa's like, this is rare, but I kind of like you, kid. Well, anyways, that don't mean I won't go easy on you. Alright, line up, we gotta go. Why did I say I gotta go? And he's like, alright, since you got number one spot, why did you throw the ball? And Zuko's like, alright then. And he takes the ball, and Azawa's like, and he smiles, let's see what this kid can do. I don't see Assie's gear, so maybe it wasn't essential. Well, let's see him throw the ball. So Zuko's like, alright then, turn in one for all. And he turns it all. And it's full cowling to me, I didn't mention. And he's like, and he throws the ball. And I'm gonna say he gets it pretty far. Not mostly using one for all. Mostly using his actual quirk strength. And I'm gonna say he gets it 500 probably. And everyone's impressed, saying, whoa, what was that? And Izuku's like, yeah. And Azawa's like, not that bad. Everyone's starting to get excited, and Azawa gets pissed off from that and tells them whoever comes last will get expelled as usual. So everyone does their things. Bakugo gets further than Izuku, and he finally has one thing over Izuku, and Izuku is not accepting this. So yeah, he actually does well on the speed test, getting probably, I'll say, screw it, I'm just gonna say 3 seconds. Grip strength, screw it, 1,000. Whatever, and everything, and he actually was able to claim number one spot, and everyone's quite impressed. This time, Azawa doesn't expel anyone, because he was just saying it was a trick and everything, and just let's move on. So after school, he actually was talking to Ida, seeing that he wasn't all horrible, they just got off on the wrong start. And that's when Uraka comes saying, hey you guys, and he's like, oh hey Uraka, and Uraka's like, hi Izuku, nice weather, isn't it? And Izuku's like, yeah, it is nice weather, Uraka. And they head out, and that's when they meet with Bakugo. All of them establishing friendship. So the next day, Everything was normal at UA, and everything was quite boring until All Might enters in, and he's saying, "Hi, I'm here" in his Silver Age costume, announcing that they're going to be doing a combat exercise. And everyone starts getting excited, and that's when he says, "You guys going to need your hero costumes." And they're like, "Hero costumes?" And yeah, so I'm gonna say Izuku's hero costumes actually just gonna be like the survey's costumes, like the one in the picture, just with not as the swords as in these hands and having the Optimum gear. It's kind of just gonna be like that, just simple and not that much gear on it. Oh, there's gear on it, but anyways, you know what I mean. Everyone actually, all the girls actually tell Izuku, "Wow, Izuku, your costume actually looks great." And Izuku's like, "Thanks, yours kind of do too." And they're like, "Oh, thanks." And everyone, and yet again, Mandela looks at Izuku's like, "I hate guys like that. It's because I want to be like them." And Goro is like, "Same here, man. Same here." Commenting on Izuku. So, anyways, All Might starts to explain what they're going to be doing the combat exercise, and he tells him that they're going to be two teams, a hero team and a villains team, and for the way the heroes team is to win is to obtain the bomb, and the villains that they need to stop the heroes before they can reach the bomb and everything, and I'm just gonna keep the teams the same. So Izuku tells Uraraka that he will handle Bakugo, and you should hide, and once I defeat Bakugo we'll head up together. And she's like, "Alright, Izuku." So Izuku grabs her and he starts kind of zipping away through the hallways using his Optimum gear until Bakugo comes. And he comes, and Izuku's like, "Alright, Bakugo, I'm expecting you to come." And Bakugo's like, "Alright then. Come on, Izuku. I've been waiting for this for years. Now you decide to be a hero. I want to test out my strength on you to show you that, who's the top dog in our friendship." And Izuku's like, "Alright then. I accept your challenge." Box's like, "Alright then." And he tries to blast himself, dash towards Izuku, but Izuku, his reflexes is too quick, and he hooks onto the wall, and he kind of dodges to the left, and then he goes to the right, and then actually turns on his quirk, and he tried to stab Bakugo, and Bakugo's like dodges, and he's like, "Whoa, alright." "I guess you're taking it up a notch." "That's what I want." And Izuku's like, yeah, you said you wanted a battle. This is it." And they start actually squaring off, and Izuku is doing really well. Also, Bakugo. Izuku turns on One for All, saying, "This now, let's take it up a level." And Bakugo's like, "Bring it." And it's kind of just like it's kind of just throwing hands, At this point, Izuku's kind of dominated down to Bakugo's level, so then they could actually have a good fight. And Uraku's just watching in awe. And Izuku's like, "Alright, then time to end this." Bakugo's like, "Huh?" And Izuku increases One for All to 6%, and Izuku's like, "It's just 1% difference, but it's still a difference." Bakugo's like, "Huh?" And Izuku uses the Optimum gear, and he sticks it to the ground, and he's like, Bakugo's like, "Wait, what?" And Izuku's like, and it comes at top speeds to Bakugo, and Bakugo's like, "Huh?" And Izuku just punches him, and Bakugo kind of starts going flying. Izuku's like, "I'm not done," and he dashes towards the end of the wall, and then after he pushes off it, and he punches Bakugo again, which knocks him into the ground, knocking him out cold. And everyone in the room's like, "Oh!" And all the girls are like, "Izuku, yeah!" cheering him on. And Izuku's like, "I guess who established who's the best here, huh?" And Uraku's like, "Wow, Izuku, that was impressive." Izuku's like, "Alright then, Uraku, let's head out." So alright, so then they head up, and that's when they see Ida, and Ida's like, "Stop! You fell, heroes!" And Izuku's like, "Oh, Ida, and actually he uses optimum gear to actually shoot at Ida, and Ida's like, wait, what? And he's like, oh, you think this will stop me? And catches it, and Zuko's like, well, that's what I was hoping for, and kind of twists his hips at actually, which is actually pretty strong, and actually flings Ida, hitting him onto the ground, and Zuko's like, huh. And he uses the optimum gear to retract it, and Ida's still holding onto it, and so Ida's coming, barreling at him, well, like while holding the wire, and Zuko's like, huh, and he kind of just punches Ida in the gut while the wire returns back, and he just wraps him in the tape and knock him in, well, get him out of the game, and he just touches the wall, and everyone's like, yeah, and All Might says, the hero teams win, and all that stuff, and Zuko was named the MVP in that, and Bakugo was kind of pissed off that he lost, but well, Zuko is on another level, but he won't let that stop him. He's not gonna lose to Zuko. So anyways, so Zuko is watching, and he's actually the other person that he's impressed with is that Todoroki kid. He was able to defeat everyone faster than him, and he's kind of like, huh, that guy is interesting. So anyways, so the next day comes past, and Ozawa tells everyone about the USJ, and that they're gonna go there to do some training. So on the bus, they start discussing who has the best quirk here, and everyone's like, isn't it obvious? And they're like, yeah, it's Izuku's. And all the girls like, yeah, it's Izuku's. And all the guys is like, no, it's not Izuku's. It's obviously, and they're looking around, Todoroki. And they're like, and the girl's like, huh? How? And they're like, well, you see, Todoroki has half hot, half cold. And the girls are like, well, yeah, he actually does have hot, because, you know, they also like Todoroki, you know, he looks, they think he looks pretty good, but Izuku, he's on a different level for them. So they're gonna side with Izuku, saying, no, Izuku probably has the best quirk. And they're like, what about Bakugo? It's like, Bakugo is kind of cool, but sometimes he has an anger issue, and I don't think he would be good as a hero. And they're like, Bakugo's like, huh? And Zuko just kind of laughs and is like, it doesn't matter who has the best quirk here, alright? We're just all trying to be heroes. That's all that matters. And they're like, you're right, Zuko, changing their minds completely, just going away. They're kind of simping for Zuko at this point. So yeah, they arrive at their location, and they see it's the USJ, and they quite impressed of the location. And they head inside, and they see it's 13, the space hero and staff. What she is a space hero, but anyways, and they quite impressed to see her that, and she starts to explain what the USJ is and what they're going to be doing there. And before she could announce what they're going to be doing, a purple portal actually opens, and a bunch of villains start splurging out, splurging out. And I was like, huh? And everyone's like, is this part of the exercise? And as I was like, no, this is real life. 13, get the kids out of here. And 13's like, everyone evacuate the place. And that's when they start by Kurogiri saying, where are you guys going? And they're like, damn. And it's always like, oh. And he goes down and he starts fighting the villains and everything. And basically everything kind of plays out the same there. Bakugo and Kirishima attack Kurogiri, and he splits them up with everywhere. And Izuku, he arrives in the water, and this time he doesn't panic. He looks at his surroundings, and he sees someone coming at him, and he was about to shoot his optimum gear at it. You know, I can't describe the cable at it. But then that's when Sue comes, and he actually saves him, and she's like, are you alright, Izuku? You didn't drown or nothing? It's like, I'm okay, Sue. And they arrive on the boat, and they're like, what are we gonna do? There's so many villains. That's what Mineta says, and she's like, why are you panicking? We have Izuku here. And Mineta's like, so they're still villains. And Izuku's like, huh, well, I can tell the most they are is probably low tier. And Mineta's like, well, I'm not taking your opinion. Sue, what do you think is? Well, whatever Zuko said, that, well, is probably right. And Minetta's like, whatever. And Zuko's like, no need to worry, guys. I could probably take these guys out. And Minetta's like, no way, they're probably. And Zuko's like, trust me. And Sue's like, yeah, Mineta, just trust Zuko, alright? And Zuko's like, alright then. Let's see what I can do. The villains are like, come on, kid, and Zuko's they're egging him on, and Zuko's like, huh? And the guy's like, come on, kid. They're kind of waving at him, and Zuko takes that offensively, kind of, and he shoots the Optimum gear, like the cable at the guy's hand, attaching it, and the guy's like, ah! And Zuko's like, huh. And he dashes over there, and he kind of does a backflip in the air, lifting the guy up in the air and releasing him. And Izuku, he's still in the air again, and he does it to several guys, staying in the air by using the gas to kind of moving into the air. And Sue and Mineta are like, is this guy flying or something? And Sue's like, no, he's using his gear to stay in the air for so long. I don't think I've seen this before. And Izuku's just taking him out by doing the same thing to everyone. And they start to catch on to try to go underwater. And Izuku's like, you don't think I can see you underneath there? And he actually was able to grab two when he does a double backflip, sending him further into the air. And at this point, all of them are in the air. And Izuku's like, huh. And he's defying all like laws of physics at this point, and he actually attaches to two, piercing their hands again, and he goes up and he kind of smiles and he turns on his blade quirk and he starts slicing it. Well, it's not slicing him in half, kind of like small cuts, like to kind of get them bleeding out a little, not kill him, of course. And they all fall in the water, all unconscious, and Zuko kind of just laughs, pitiful. And he goes back to the boat, grabs Sue and Mineta, and just goes back out. And Sue's like, wow, Zuko, you really are amazing. And it's like, thanks, Zuko, I guess. So yeah, Zuko's like, so what we gonna do? And Sue's like, we gotta get out of here. And like, before you could say that, you see, that's when we see that's when we see Aizawa getting crushed by the Noma, and Zuko's like, wait, Mr. Aizawa. And he sees this Shigaraki guy. He's like, what? This guy with the hands on his face. He's like, what the heck is this guy? And Sue's like, Zuko, we have to go. You can't go in there. You might get yourself killed. And Sue's like, and Zuko's like, I appreciate your concern for me, Sue, but Mrs. Aizawa's my teacher. I have to do something. And Sue's like, if you're doing something, I gotta help you at least. He's like, it's okay. Just wait for my warning. I'm gonna throw Mr. Aizawa to you, and you're gonna run like hell, alright? And they're like, got it. And Zuko is like, alright then. He's waiting for his time, then he's like, no! And he attaches himself to the Nomu, and he just goes blasting speeds, and he goes, take this, Nomu! And he starts blading, and he cuts the Nomu in half. And Shigora's like, huh? And that's when he grabs Ozawa, and it's like, catch! Throwing them, and they catch him. And so I was like, what are you guys doing? And he's like, run! And they start running, and Zuko kind of looks at the Shigaraki, and he's like, I just killed that creature. What you gonna do? And Shigaraki kind of just laughs, like, did you? And Zuko just sees the Nomu reform behind him, and that's when the Nomu just tries to swipe Zuko, but Zuko just kind of dodges, Matrix dodges, and he tries to punch the Nomu, and it doesn't do anything. And Zuko's like, this guy won't be stopped by actual punches. And he takes out these blades, and Zuko's like, blades? Alright. And Zuko's like, alright then. And he tries to stab the Nomu, but it's not piercing. And Zuko's like, damn, I can't pierce this Nomu without any momentum, and the Nomu kind of grabs Izuku and like in a chokehold, and the Nomu and Shigura's like, "This is what I call a Nomu, a physically enhanced human with a bunch of quirks. Specifically, this one: shock absorption, regeneration, enhanced strength, speed, the perfect things to kill All Might." And Zuku's like, "Did you just say kill All Might?" He's like, "Yeah." That was our goal for today. Kill All Might, kill some of your students too, and damage the hero society. And Zuku's like, "You're despicable. Why would you do this? There's no point. All Might made this world peaceful." And she was like, "All Might ruined this world. He's not a true hero. He's not a true symbol of peace. I'm gonna destroy him. I'm gonna make him feel pain. And by doing that, for me to make him feel pain, I'm gonna kill you." And then Zuko's like, "Kill me? What?" And then and Shigura's like, "Nomu, kill this kid." And the Nomu kind of starts lifting his hand, and Izuku's like trying to struggle his way out, and he tries to summon these blades. And he tries to cut the Nomu's arm. He's like, "What's happening?" He turns on One for All's nothing, and the Nomu's hand's just going slowly to kind of like flush him like a can, like if you like stepped on a can and squish it. He's trying to do that with these hands. They while doing that, and Zuko's like, "Please, no!" And Shigaraki starts laughing, and Zuko's survival instinct kicked in like that same day his quirk activated, and Zuko kind of goes, blinded and rage and trying to survive. His survival instincts and his blades just get tremendously stronger, and he just kind of burst of electricity from One for All, and he slices through the Nomu's arm, and and Shigura's like, "Wait, what?" And Zuko looks at the Nomu's like, "Screw you," and he uses this Optimum gear, and Zuko goes at immense speed and cuts the head off, and Shigura's like, "That won't do anything," and Zuko's, "I'm not done," and he's still in the air, and he attaches his arm to the Nomu, and he lifts the Nomu into the air, and he dashes towards it, and he just slices the Nomu in pieces at incredible speeds. And Shigura's like, "Wait, what?" And Zuko was able to cut the Nomu until it's nothing, and it can regenerate anything. And Shigaraki sees this kid and just moving at such speeds and be able to defeat his Nomu that was meant for All Might. And Shigaraki's starting to feel scared, and he's like, "I need to get out of here before this kid." And then before he can finish, Izuku finished, and he drops to the ground, and he sees Izuku, and he feels this threatening power. He feels like Izuku's like a giant, he feels like a titan of sorts. you get that? I'm not gonna say it. And Izuku's looking at Shigaraki, and it's like, he puts up his blade, and like, "You're next." And Shigaraki's like, "Kirigiri!" And Izuku's about to dash at him, but Kirigiri gets him out just in time. And Izuku's like, "Damn." And that's when all the heroes come, and All Might, just for plot, he came late. And they see that Izuku was able to take care of everything, and they quite impressed of him, and they kind of congratulate him because he was able to defeat a Nomu that supposedly said that it was built for All Might, which is, it's not an easy claim. and All Might kind of oh my gosh, All Might believes this claim because Izuku's on a different level. He's seen this potential in this kid. He has a feeling that even without One for All, he was going to surpass him. Like, it was inevitable. And All Might's like, "Oh, good job, kid." And yeah. So that's where I'm going to leave it today. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been what if